It's June 11th, guys. Superman is still doomed. Original Sin is still going on. And does Wolverine really have 3 months to live? Stay tuned. Did you crack it up the entire time?
Maybe.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for pressing play. This is the always laughing Randy, and I am Chris. We are ExcaliburCCGTV. We are ExcaliburCCG.com here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and in Texarkana, Texas. And my good friend here will soon regain his composure.
Maybe.
Maybe. But guys, tons of great comics hitting the shelf this week. Lots of stuff has been going on. We have several storylines that have been continuing through several titles. Some of the big stuff, some of the smaller storylines going on in other titles. And then what we do, guys, if you've never seen our show before, is we talk about comics. We tell you about what's coming out that week, the storylines that are happening, the new number ones, and some of our favorites that we love to pick up and read and tell you about for that week. So, guys, without further ado, no, you know what? Actually, I forgot. This is a longer episode. We do have the MP3 down below, so if you can't watch us, you can download the MP3 and listen to us on the go. And if this is your first time, thumbs up, click subscribe. We were nominated for an award. We didn't win, but just being nominated was awesome, and we really, really do appreciate it.
What the loser always says.
Of course, but still, we gotta handle it gracefully. How about that? So, guys, thanks for the nomination, Ricardo. We really appreciate it, and guys, we love talking to you. So be prepared to log in and leave some comments down below. Hey, do you want to start off with the question of the week, or you want to save that for later?
We can do it whenever you want.
Let's save it for later.
Okay.
Let's save it for later. Right now, let's dive into some storylines that are coming out for this week, June 11th. What would you like to start with, sir?
This week, June 11th, there is a new event that's called 3 Months to Die.
That's right.
Probably the event that will have a lot of people coming in the shop, people picking up the books. We've had tons of requests for it already. When is this? This is Wolverine number 8.
Yep.
Logan, Iron Fist, Shang-Chi. Cool dudes facing off against some deadly ninjas. Kung Fu fighting. That's right. Also looks like, just like the name says, that Wolverine / Logan / James has 3 months before he dies. So be prepared.
And Paul Cornell, the writer, is saying that he is going to die. From what I've seen in interviews, and so how they plan on pulling that off?
So it must be because he's in the jungle. Baby,
you're gonna die! You're gonna die!
Okay.
Guys, moving on. That is another huge event, another huge tie-in storyline to Original Sin. We have Original Sins number 1 coming out this week. This is a 5-issue miniseries that's coinciding with the Original Sin event going on through Marvel Comics. This first issue focuses on Deathlock and the Young Avengers, and honestly, the solicits for some of these Original Sin tie-ins and stuff, they've been very sparse. But this one looks like Deathlock and Young Avengers, and we don't know if it is a sin that they committed or a sin committed to them. Right. So we'll find out here with issue number 1 tying into Original Sin.
Right. Just keep going, because we have all new Avengers all new Invaders number 6. Everybody has one. It's the little tie-in for that.
Exactly.
We don't know anything more. We have Deadpool number 30. It's Deadpool versus Deadpool and Groovy Vampires. Plus, there's more about some secret to Wade's past.
Exactly.
There. And we have Mighty Avengers number 11. This one looks really cool here. Luke Cage has been wanting answers for some time now, and it looks like he's finally going to get them from his father. His father tells him about the Mighty Avengers of 1972. That's a team that consisted of Blue Marvel.
Yep.
James Lucas, I believe that's Luke Cage's dad there.
Okay.
We have Kalu, the magician. We have Constance Molina. We have the Bear and Blade. So there's a tie-in to this current Mighty Avengers incarnation and the years past.
Very cool.
So that's your Original Sin tie-in there. You got to do it fast, man.
So did you get to read the previous issue of Mighty Avengers?
Yes, very good.
Very good.
Very well done.
Guys, also Green Lantern Corps. This is Uprising Part 4. We have seen what's been going on with the Durlans, and now it looks like in this issue, John Stewart is going to have to lead a team against them for any type of leg up. And we're also looking at one particular Green Lantern member that may make the ultimate sacrifice to help the Corps win in this battle that's been going on with this Uprising storyline. So fans of Green Lantern, do not miss. This is part of the Uprising storyline. Even if you're not getting Green Lantern Corps, you want to get this so you can get the full storyline.
That's right. And finally, we have Doomed continuing on here with Superman Wonder Woman number 9.
Yep.
In this issue, we take a look at Superman. His future looks bleak right now at this point in time, and he's looking at possibly going into a self-imposed exile in space. The only problem is our space sector seems to be, they're being patrolled and guarded by the Red Lanterns, and they don't seem to want him up there. So there's going to be some button heads right there. And I believe in this issue you also have Cal and Kara facing off against each other.
I saw that and I was like, that's kind of interesting.
That's
I'll
right.
have to check it out.
Yeah.
So guys, that's it for the storylines for this week, huh?
That is.
Guys, moving on. Let's move on to the question of the week. So with today's question of the week, Randy, you with me?
Oh, what? What are we doing? The
question of the week.
Question of the week. Sorry, I was thinking about Brian Wood.
Oh, what, Brian? Why were you thinking about Brian Wood?
He was just announced as taking over Moon Knight for Warren Ellis, and he does have a relationship there with Warren Ellis because he started off kind of jumped into things mainstream with Generation X, the two of them, and our question of the week kind of has to go along with having your dream writer on your dream title, or your dream artist on your dream title, and we're looking at DC this week.
Okay, DC.
What dream team would you like to see on a character for DC Comics?
Yeah.
Could be anybody. They've written it before, never written for DC, perennial DC writer, artist, whatever. What is the team you would like to have on the book that you would like to see?
You lead it off.
I'll lead it off.
I got a couple things I'm thinking about.
I've got a couple here. For me, I would like to have a Power Girl title with one of the best female writers, writers of females, Terry Moore.
Oh,
writing it, and I'm sorry, it has to be drawn by Amanda Conner.
Yeah,
because she just draws the best Power Girl.
That's cool.
So that is a team I would like to see.
Very cool.
If you need a little more help here, I would like to see a Mr. Terrific title.
Yeah,
and I would like to have, let's say, Greg Rucka writing it, and let's say we have Rafa Sandoval drawing it.
Nice. Very nice. I like that.
Do you need one more?
No, I got a couple ideas. It was difficult for me because some of the titles that we've read had kind of already had some of my, what I would consider my dream teams, and then some issues that have been put together a team I didn't even think of, but now it's hard for me to imagine that title without those creators.
Yeah, kind of like Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chiang on Wonder Woman.
Yeah, or Green Arrow with Lemire and Sorrentino.
Yeah.
So, those have just been fantastic creative mashups there for those titles. But I think I've come up with two that I'd like. First one would be a Plastic Man series, written by Daniel Way, with art by Tradd Moore.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could see Tradd Moore on Plastic Man.
I was thinking it should be fun, and some of the funniest stuff I've read in comics in the past several years has been from Daniel Way.
Yeah,
it just has really made me laugh. So Plastic Man by Daniel Way and Tradd Moore, and I was thinking of another one. I do like Captain Marvel, so I was thinking of Warren Ellis and Ed McGuinness. I think Warren Ellis would be a great writer to handle not just the superhero aspect of it, but taking kind of what he's done in part with Magic from Gravel, and kind of doing his whole take on Magic in that vein, and then Ed McGuinness. I mean, he's just.
But of course, if you can't get Warren Ellis, Mike Wolfer is not a bad replacement.
That's right. I would agree with that. I haven't seen him do like a young teenage take or whatever, but there we go. So Those are two that I thought of.
Yeah, I've got one more.
Go ahead.
One more here. Checkmate. And I'm talking about the cool Checkmate that was, Mr. Terrific and Fire and Sasha, was it Devereaux or whatever, Batman's bodyguard. I liked when they had that group of Checkmate. And I would take that and have it be written by Peter Tomasi, who can just handle multiple characters. Take a look at his Green Lantern Corps if you've never read that. And Francisco Francavilla drawing the art on there.
I was wondering when he was going to come up.
Yeah. I could easily, if you've seen you can go to our page and you can see the awesome Orion that Francavilla drew.
Oh yeah.
And I could go for New Gods or Barda and Mr. Miracle, whatever. Give me anything from Francavilla. But there you go. That would be one for me.
Exactly. Those are nice mashups. I like that. So guys, now tell us. Log in below. Tell us for DC Comics. You're the dream team of character, writer, and artist.
Yeah. If you need, you can only put that. If you want to explain it, sure, but you don't have to explain it.
Yeah. No. We just like to talk.
Yeah.
Primarily me. So, guys, moving on to the number ones hitting this week, talking about New Gods and Orion.
Yes.
Maybe we should lead off with that one.
Yeah, let's lead off with that. We have Infinity Man and the Forever People.
Yes.
Number one, coming out. Dan Didio, Keith Giffen. Who's our artist on there?
Keith Giffen.
Keith Giffen's doing the art on it. Okay, I thought there was a writing duo. So they're writing duo and then art?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Awesome. We have 4 teenagers coming from New Genesis, the homeworld of the New Gods.
Right.
They're coming to Earth and they think that their assignment or their task is to help with the advancement of the human race. However, there's something darker going on there that they learn of that I guess maybe was not known to them.
Okay.
But now it's up to somebody called the Infinity Man to save the multiverse, save the Earth from the destruction that could happen with what this master evil dark plan is behind their being on Earth.
Yeah. So guys,
cool stuff.
Yeah. And that's. Is it? I'm not sure if that's an ongoing.
As far as we know right now, it's an ongoing.
There we go. So, guys, there we go. Moving on, though, another one I've been very intrigued by is The Empty Man, number 1, with Cullen Bunn and Vanessa Del Rey from Boom Studios.
And Shreveport.
That's right. Vanessa Del Rey is she lives locally to the area. I'm not saying she's from the area, but she lives locally. But this is, I got to read an interview about this with Cullen Bunn. He was like, he said, I've always wanted to do a story where the FBI and the CDC have to team up to figure something out. And this is what we're looking at, guys. Empty Man is a disease that has plagued the Earth. I think we're a few years into the future, but the cause is unknown. It causes fits of rage, hallucinations, suicidal dementia. And after that happens, people usually just die or they go into a lifeless, empty state of catatonia. And nobody can figure out where it came from or what's causing it or how to cure it. And with this series, we're looking at the FBI and the CDC joining together to try to figure that out on top of all the social elements that come into something like this, something of an unknown origin having such a large impact upon society.
Right.
You got murder cults that are coming out. You got people thinking it's the end of the world. Those type of, not going to say apocalyptic, but maybe like end time scenarios. People are thinking that kind of thing. So I'm going to check this out. The idea intrigues me. And if you like that kind of stuff, you should be checking out this series from Boom Studios, Empty Man number 1, 6-issue miniseries. Give it a go.
Yeah, definitely. We have coming out from Image Comics, Red City number 1. This one's really kind of a cool one. The more and more I looked at it, here we have Welcome to Mars Central.
Yeah.
Which is also known as Red City.
Yes.
On Mars, red planet, red. Okay, makes sense. I like that.
Yeah.
What we have here, we have an interplanetary investigator named Cal Tamaj, and he's been given kind of a simple job here: find the missing daughter of an ambassador. However, the job quickly becomes a lot more complicated, a lot more difficult when suddenly he's having to deal with these rival alien gangs. He's having to deal with political conspiracies, and on top of all that, he's having to deal with some personal demons that are, I guess, plaguing his, or I don't know, popping up to the surface, plaguing his life again, whatever it is. But it's all mixing into what may be kind of a cool. I don't know if it's necessarily, but alien sci-fi kind of noir take on it.
Yeah,
there just looks cool to me. And the creators are Daniel Corey. He had kind of a hit there from DC with Moriarty. That was a little sleeper hit from DC a year, 2, 3 years ago, something like that. Moriarty, and then Mark Dos Santos. He did he's done a couple of things from Boom Studios, some Cthulhu miniseries and one of the Eureka miniseries there. So those are your creators that are going to be on board this book. Check it out.
Very cool. Speaking of another Image series, Wildfire #1 by Matt Hawkins and Linda Sajik. This is a story about. It was intriguing to me because I talk a lot about food and health, and you can tell by looking at me, I eat a lot of food. But anyway, jokes aside, this is a series focusing on the effects of genetically modified food.
Yeah.
And that's going on in our current world. I'm not going to get into a big thing on that, but it kind of related to me because we talk about health food and we talk about different aspects of food and stuff at my job and with my coworkers and stuff. And this was interesting to me because this team that gets together, Dan Miller, a plant biologist, is working with the team to create a sustainable working way to have genetically modified food to help the world. But an accident happens and Los Angeles suffers the fate of that. So we don't know what happens whenever they try to tinker with nature in that way. Right. So I'm definitely going to check that out. I want to see what that's about.
Yeah, and guys, that's Matt Hawkins. Remember, he's doing a think tank right now, which has been huge.
Yeah.
So that's I think for the most part, Linda Sajik's pretty new.
Okay.
Pretty new to it. We also have finally coming out here new #1 for Angry Birds, IDW. Fans of the game, guys, this is one of the world's most popular games ever. This has just been crazy insane. The person who should be talking about, your son plays that.
Yeah, man. Loves it.
Everybody plays that. And now you have a comic here where you can join in with the bird slinging, the pig falling, all the action that comes from Angry Birds. And it's being written by awesome writer Jeff Parker, who's people are loving his Batman 66 right now.
That's right, he is doing that, isn't he? Yeah, my kid loves it. And if you go buy the Angry Birds toys, they come with special things that you can put on your iPad or whatever, play Angry Bird Go, and you get special games and stuff with it. My son loves it, so that's cool. And that's really cool that we got a kids comic coming out this week. So kudos to IDW.
Yeah.
That's it for the #1s for this week.
Yeah.
I mean, there are probably a few other ones.
We should mention, Armor Hunters coming out there. People who are loving the Valiant series. That's one of the big ones. Yeah,
that'll be hitting. And a couple other ones as well, guys. But that's all we have time for this week. Don't hate us. Moving on, guys. Our favorites. Spoilers may be ahead.
Yes. I want you to start off.
Okay, but before we start off,
yes,
what was your favorite from last week?
That's what I want you to start off with.
You want me to start off with
it?
Okay. My favorite from last week, it's at the front of my mind, so it was a close tie, but I'm going to have to edge it out with Magneto. Okay. Magneto #4 or 5 is what it was, whatever the latest issue was, because he was introduced to Briar Riley.
Yeah.
And I thought I was way off with who I thought it was the female character was that's going to be following him or finding out more about. But the way that issue was crafted from beginning to end, I loved it. And you found out what the special connection was by the end between Magneto and Briar.
Did you?
You did.
Because all I know is it was in Seattle and it was an overturned car. Was it something that he did?
Yes. Yeah. But the way I understood it, the whole issue is talking about how he's going to lose it. There's a point in time he's going to lose it. He's going to lose it again. And she was a victim of at that time when he had lost control of his power, and a vehicle crushed her leg.
Anybody that can tell us what his attack on Seattle was, please, because that was one of those where I would love to have had an editor's note right there telling me something. Just to tie it in, to give some credibility to the actual event that occurred.
So you were thinking one specific event. And so I just took it as it just happened.
One of many things. Something like that.
So I mean, she's a victim. She's a victim of him, and now she's coming to him in this other capacity with this information and putting him on the trail of other people that have really hurt mutants. So I don't know what kind of game she's playing, but I liked the introduction of her. and I liked the rapport between the two.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire issue.
Yeah,
I thought
very
it was really
intriguing,
great.
and the new artist has a similar style to the old art, but it's a little cleaner. I thought it was good. For me, there are 3 of them that it was just like really juggling, trying to figure out what was the
one
best.
second?
Sure.
My other one was Moon Knight, so it was...
Well, just hold on.
Go ahead,
Just
sorry.
hold on. Because Green Arrow was pretty phenomenal, and that ending with his, Kimiko, what is her name?
Kimiko.
The showing back up, and I'm Green Arrow,
Yeah.
and I don't watch the series Arrow, but this Diggle that they have in there is a hardcore dude, and I really like that when he has everything pinned down, he's still, in your face. I'm not going to back down from it. So that was one of those contenders. Clone really impressed me, and this was one of those where the debating of, how do we handle things? People see us this way, but we don't want to be that way. But now, we're in a situation where maybe we have to.
Exactly.
Clone was so complex, and that ending with the lady who she wanted the baby, couldn't have because she was with the clone that can't reproduce, and then shows up, I'm feeling sorry about what I've done, I want repentance, and there's that baby.
Exactly.
But to edge things out, it was probably Moon Knight that took it for me, because the last 2 issues of Moon Knight for me, they've had Warren Ellis concepts, but they really haven't had Warren Ellis writing in them. They have just been very light on the writing, and whereas everybody's praising, I was a little annoyed because I want Warren Ellis writing. Yeah. I know what he can do. Finally, I definitely get a Warren Ellis issue here where we're having problems at a sleep dream facility, research facility, where Moon Knight walks in, says, okay, I'll handle this, and you see this crazy dreamlike state of a person who is obviously dead but doesn't realize it and is still dreaming, and just that wild ending of, look, this guy had like some spores on his brain, you buried him in a damp place, he's creating more of these spores, you are breathing in his dreams. That was Warren Ellis' holy moment there that paid off big time. This is, if you read anything Warren Ellis, he gives you these kind of wild concepts, and I loved it.
That was great. That was really great. When you got to the end there, you're like, oh.
Yeah. So one of all the big major companies kind of had something for me, and it was tough. Last week was tough for you, I know. For me, it was kind of easy. Actually, it was kind of tough because I was looking for a best.
Yeah.
But this week, it was tough because there were some really good contenders there.
Yes. Great stuff. Great stuff. Guys, moving on to our favorites. These are our regular series that we get month in and month out, and usually are at the top of the stack to read the week that they come out. Just a quick aside, it is one of my favorites, but it's not on my list for this week. We do have Walking Dead 128 coming out. All it says is after all this time, she should be more prepared. I don't know if that's talking about the new female character that came into the group from the last issue.
Forgetting her name,
but most importantly, guys, a lot of folks missed Walking Dead 127. It sold out.
Yeah.
It's a new beginning for The Walking Dead, but we have second prints that'll be available in the store this week, so you can get our second printing of Walking Dead 127 and get 128 and be right on board with the new story.
It's a fantastic jumping on point where it looks, the characters may even somewhat resemble more, well, some more and some a lot less, the characters from the show.
Yeah. What about for you, bro?
For me, first up, Captain Marvel #4 is coming out here. Loving this series. Carol here, she's found herself in the middle of this planetary conflict where we have we have on foreign soil, or alien soil, and it happens to be between one side who doesn't really want her help and the other side who, well, they're a bunch of pricks. They're Spartax. Hello.
Yeah, exactly.
We know about them by now, and Jason, their king. We know how terrible he is towards other people.
Exactly.
But Carol thinks she may have an idea what's going on. She takes a crew to try to figure things out, and runs into finding out that she knows the person who is behind things here. So she wasn't expecting that, and it looks like now she may be looking to get a little bit of payback. So, Kelly Sue DeConnick, David Lopez, wonderful series.
I know you've been loving it.
Loving it.
You've been loving it. For me, guys, New Avengers number 19. Yes. This is the showdown that I've been waiting for with the series in particular. Jonathan Hickman, Valerio Schiti on there. This is the New Avengers versus the Great Society. And if you've been reading the story and know what's going on, the New Avengers, the Illuminati group, have been preventing incursions from other planets colliding with our world and destroying it. Well, little did they know or even realize that some of these worlds may actually have a band of heroes to help protect them, and they're fighting the same crisis like they are. But this particular group, the Great Society, is basically like a Justice League knockoff group.
Yeah.
So it's basically a Justice League versus the Avengers issue with this number 19, in mixed in with the storyline of the incursions and trying to save both worlds however they can. So yes, I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah. So New Avengers 19, check it out, guys.
We got to see in the last issue of Uber, Katya, kind of what she's capable of doing. Now in number 14, which is out this week, we have a better idea. She's gone back with the Russian army. The Russian army, they kind of made their first, Katya being their first successful battleship level Uber soldier.
Right.
They really don't know if they can control her because, she's a little unhinged.
Right.
She's not right in the head. And so this is them looking at, can they use this battleship of theirs on their front lines right now. And we get a little split issue here because a lot of them have been focusing on one of the fronts. This issue looks to be focusing on two of the fronts right now because it's also looking at the Germans who have really been taking it to the world theater right now in their battles, and there are a whole lot of bodies that are piling up right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to see, are they pushing, maybe pushing themselves too thin with things? Is there retaliatory, attack that's going to be coming on them? I don't know. But this has been an intense series that it keeps you on the edge of your seat while you're reading.
Exactly. You should be checking out Uber. It's just, it's great.
This is the second year that this is their year 2 of their war.
Awesome. Awesome. Guys, another one for me, Hulk, number 4. Mark Waid and Mark Badley. Give them some love, Brad. You know you want to. Anyway, guys, I've been loving this Banner DOA storyline where Banner got shot in the head.
Yeah.
And was not able to transform into the Hulk, and the repercussions of that, somebody was trying to do that on purpose so they could get some DNA from Banner and the Hulk and try to do their own thing. But this issue looks like it might tie into what's going on with Original Sin a little bit. There is an Original Sin tie-in coming out between Bruce Banner and Tony Stark. And in this issue here, number 4, the Avengers have gotten involved, S.H.I.E.L.D's involved. They're all trying to, number 1, recoup the Hulk from the damage that was done to his brain. And we may see the most of that already recouped, but then there's some forbidden knowledge, some secret that Tony Stark has not shared with Bruce Banner. And we should find out more about that. So I've been enjoying this new Hulk series. I enjoyed the previous one with Mark Waid, but I've been really digging this new start on the character with this bang, just bam, just flying out the gate storyline that he started off with number 1.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. So check it out, guys.
Speaking of those stories that just like are out of the gates, charging down the track there, Avengers Undercover number 5 is out this week, and with this one, we have seen things go bad fast with this group, and they finally look to have gotten their retribution on Arcade. The Murder World survivors look to have done so, and this time they've been offered a place at the table there by Baron Zemo with the Masters of Evil. So this issue, we're going to see, is there anybody in the group that takes up Zemo on this offer? And it looks like we may have those that don't. They're going rogue. So we'll see This is just a fun series. I love it. You know, Dennis Hopeless, thank you. You have given me what I feel is one of the best Avengers series here.
Yeah, it's great. And I was reading an interview with him earlier this week talking about Zemo being involved in the Avengers Undercover story. I was like, yeah, he dropped little hints and tidbits in there in that interview, and I was like, yes, this is cool.
Nice, yeah.
So, guys, last up for me, United States of Murder Incorporated #2.
They call it murder.
It was the first issue was great. I love the fact that we got a double-sized first issue for regular price from Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Oeming.
Yeah.
That was great. The storyline was great. You got to really dive into the world that this is set in. This is set in a world where crime rules, organized crime rules the U.S.
You need to say that better. In a world
where. But it was great, and we followed the main storyline follows Valentine, a young man who's become a made man. And in last issue, he almost got killed from a delivery that he had to make. And at the very end, you find out what was so special about him, what the big secret was. And I was like, okay, I did not see that coming. So this second issue explores more of that because Valentine found out what was so special about him.
Right.
What had been years in the making, unbeknownst to him. I'm not going to spoil it. Maybe I'll spoil it later on, but right now we're on issue 2, so I don't want to spoil it just yet. But he and Jagger Rose, how they're going to deal with this information, because apparently Jagger Rose is going to find out in this issue or already knows before him possibly. So not trying to be too cryptic, but I thought Brian Michael Bendis and Oeming had done a great job with the first issue setting it up, and now I want to see where it's going to continue with this second issue because I was really intrigued with how it ended. So guys, that's another new series just starting. You probably find #1 on the shelves of your comic shop. If not, give us a call. But #2 hits this week, and I'm like, yes. Let's find out.
Yeah.
So guys, that's it for me for this week. What about you, bro?
That's it.
Guys, I'm gonna have a huge week. I didn't realize. I was like, there's a ton of stuff.
Actually, mine's a small week. But...
Is it gonna be? It looks like just from the favorites and stuff. I've got 10 of those or so. That's gonna be hitting at least.
I have like 8 books.
8 books. Yeah. That's it. I'll probably have like 15. I don't know. Whatever. But guys, that's it for this week. Special shout out to Kat over at Comics Uno, Hayden Clare Heroes is the name of her YouTube channel, for putting on the Geeky Awards. We were nominated. We really appreciate that. We were not expecting that at all. I mean, we're just kind of doing our own thing, and then one of our subscribers was like, "Hey, I nominated you guys for best comic book show on YouTube." And I'm like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Also appreciate the huge flood of people that have been showing up, and great conversation. Thank you.
Yes. We love talking to you guys. I'm on there usually commenting as ExcaliburCCGTV, and Randy's on there as Bad Andy. So if you see Bad Andy you still got the Captain America face, that's Randy replying to you. And we love talking to you guys. And remember, log in and tell us below your dream team for your favorite DC titles, your own concept there, your favorite character, and who you would like to see writing and drawing that title. Also, guys, there was one other thing I wanted them to say something about. What was it? I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, I'll remember next time, guys. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for pressing play. Again, he's Randy. I'm Chris. We are ExcaliburCCGTV, ExcaliburCCG.com here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and in Texarkana, Texas. Thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. If you're new, subscribe, thumbs up.
Remember to answer our question of the week. Totally answer the question of the week. Tell us what your favorite was from last week. If it was one of ours, or if it was something different, we really want to know. And tell us. This is what it was. All you guys reading Original Sin, what did you think at the end of issue number 3? Skip has a great theory, and I hope that's what it is. Skip, tell us the theory in the comments below. I want to see what it is. Until next time, guys, take care, be safe, read great comics, and we'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, it's June 11th. We're talking Superman Doom. What are you doing? You gonna bust the button?